just because we're making 90% isn't that exciting, right? Because we're making 18 cents on an impression, we're paying 2 cents, right? So now what we're trying to figure out is, how do we increase? Well, we need to know, is there more traffic available? If there's more traffic available and I can get more volume, I'm willing to work on a smaller margin than what I'm currently making, right? However, if I can't get more traffic, quality traffic, the same traffic that I'm currently getting, okay? I don't want just more traffic. And if the value of that traffic is less to me, it's not worth it, right? So what I'm trying to figure out here is, how much traffic do you have? How much traffic is available, right? If I'm getting 589 clicks per day, how can I get more? I want more. I want 18,000 clicks per day. If we can maintain the same quality, the same conversion rates, the same click rates, the same conversion rates, the same back-end conversion rates. If all of that remains constant, and I'm assuming that it will, right? And until it doesn't, I will assume that it does, right? Well, I need to figure out what I can now increase the traffic. So what I have here is the media CPC allowable increase percentage, right? So that is, let's say, 100%. Well, let's put 100% here. So if you see, our cost per click, the cost we're getting to get to, can you guys see that? Is 3 cents. 0.0337. And because of that, our new projected spend is $615, right? Well, if our traffic doesn't increase, why would you do that? You already got a honey deal. You're making 90%. Maybe it's the max amount of traffic you can get. Maybe. But if there's more traffic to be had and you're going to spend more money to do so, what's going to happen is you're getting more clicks. So what does that look like? If you give them the $3, the 3 cents per click, right? Let's say you can increase it by 600%, right? So now all of a sudden you're spending 11 cents to get a click. So now your spend went up to $21.53, right? You're making where is it? How much revenue are we making? $31.93.19, right? So that's what we're making. What box is that? Is that R3? Okay. Whoa. So that's R3. So let's put that here, okay? Our current, let's insert that so you guys can see it. Total rev in you, and we don't want that to be red because we like making money, right? So equals R3. Green. Okay. So that's what we're currently making total, right? So how do you get 18 cents per impression? For us, we're looking at, all right, 18,244 people are landing on my page, which is what we're going to assume, right? There's no drop off. And of that, we're making $3,183, which backs out to 18 cents per. Okay? You know, you could look at it as revenue per click over here, right? RPC, right? That's what you're making on this click to this page. But there's drop off and all that jazz. So in any event, here is what we're looking at. Now, if we increase our spend from 2 cents to 11 cents, 600%, now our spend is $2,153. So we just went from making all of that money, right? We're 90% margin, and we were making $2,885, right? To now, if we took this minus that, we're only making $1,000. Makes 0 cents. Why would we do that? Well, because we should expect some increase in traffic, okay? So if you look here, as we do that, let's say we got 10% increase in traffic. So now our clicks go from 18,000 if we're getting 18,000 clicks, we increase our bid by 600% from 2 cents to 11 cents. Now we get a 10% increase in traffic. We're going to now get 20,068 clicks. Okay? So how do you figure out how much money you're making there at that point, right? This is what we were making, $3,193. So what do? We just take this. We're assuming that everything's going to stay the same, okay? So we're making 18 cents per impression, right? Or revenue per click. So we're taking our revenue per impression. I'll put RPC, revenue per click. So 18 cents times that, 20,000 is $3,512, right? So the difference here is now, look, projected new media spend, which would be $2,368.91. So the net revenue here is now $1,143. Now, is that good? Let's put that over here so you guys can see, so I don't have to go back. Net revenue. That is that net revenue, guys, is when you subtract all of the revenue minus all of the costs. So your net revenue here would be S3. Okay, so equals S3. Okay, so this is what we're making, $2,885. So for us to increase this 600%, we better get enough traffic that we're going to make more money. Okay, if we don't, why would you do it, right? So here we ended up making $1,143. So if you look here, I have projected net revenue delta, which means we just lost $1,700 from what we were currently doing. So when you're doing that, it makes 0 cents. What is that number? Projected net margin percentage, which is, where is that? Your projected net would be that net times the revenue. So boom, right? That makes sense. So now we're making 67%, which, guys, in any world, if you're making 67% net revenue, home run. Just keep doing that all day long. Scale it. Just keep doing it, right? It's awesome. But when you're making 90%, when you're coming from making 90% and you now increase the spend and now you've just decreased it to 67%, right? The delta net margin percentage is 90%. It's that minus that, right? So we just lost 23%. Makes 0 sense, right? Makes 0 sense for us. Now, we're not in the business to take money away from ourselves. As much as we want to give our publishers more money, there's got to be a reason why we do it, right? And the reason we're going to do it is because the traffic is going to increase and you're going to get more. And by getting more, you're willing to work on a lower margin. So I still can pay 600% more on my traffic, but I better get a higher increase in my traffic, right? So if it's somebody that's controlling it, right? Someone's sending emails for you, or maybe they're putting you in their flows or on their site or somewhere, and you're all the way in the back. Well, come on, man. Like, the whole idea is that I'm giving you more money to get more traffic. And you should want to get more traffic because I'm willing to pay you more, right? I'm willing to pay you more to get more clicks. Now, like the Google example from earlier, right? Well, the PPC here, well, maybe it's just not that exciting anyway, right? What happens if this guy was going to pay $11 now? I'm willing to pay $11, right? Well, even if this guy was paying $11 now, the click rate was still so crappy, it's still not going to work for him. This is still going to be more valuable, right? So in that scenario, right, we want to be able to get more traffic. So if we're going to do this, it better go up. So what's the number we need to go to make this make sense? So 20%, 40%, 50%, right? Well, look, we're still net not making enough, right? And where are we doing this right? Let's see. That should be that times 18 cents. That is correct, right? So what's happening here is we're getting more clicks, right? We're still making 18 cents on that click, on that impression to our page, right? So which gets us $4,789, but we're spending $3,230, right? So we're still, it just doesn't make sense right now. So we can't afford that, right? But maybe we can afford that, right? So in this scenario, we're looking at paying 300% more. Well, in that scenario, we're getting 27,000 clicks because we're looking for the traffic to increase 50%. And this is not like happening, because if you do that, then the partner is going to be like, well, that's what you need. You're projecting here. You're trying to figure out what you need, right? So you're playing around with these numbers. So if we increase it by doubling the amount of traffic that we get, well, here we end up making $4,789, right? Because we got a 50% increase in traffic, right? 100%, we doubled the amount we're willing to pay. A 50% increase in traffic got us now 27,366 clicks. Now that equals the 4,789, right? Which is this times that will equal that, right? Now, the new spend here that we have is $922, right? So that's the 27,366 clicks times the new cost per impression we are willing to pay, right? Or to the publisher, to a Google, to a Facebook, to a whomever, it's a cost per click, right? For them, it's their revenue per click. I know, I get it. It's very, you can get really confused with this, and that's why I get it. But really, at the end of the day, all you're looking at are these two numbers. What are you making on a click? What are you paying on a click? What are you making on an impression? What are you paying to get that impression?